Hey now, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, and a hey now. Welcome to our number 2 of the line, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com, Mclain.com, and the Talk 99.5 app. Welcome, everybody. So glad you are here. And we just had a special guest drop by. That's right. Popping in a Zen. It's the one and only Darian Mitchell. Let's go. Come on. Damian Mitchell, DN6. He the king of sports. He don't do no politics. Damian Mitchell, DN6.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Put that man on the screen.
Oh,
Let's
man.
go. I just killed
Bro,
your music.
I know it, man.
Stop. Y'all stop it.
Oh, man. How we feeling, brother?
What's that? You got a Georgia shirt on.
Yeah, man. Just had to dig that one out.
Yeah. How was the weekend? You just stuck your head in here. You're like, can I come in? It's an open door policy.
Yeah,
for
I
you.
see.
You can come in whenever.
Bro, got a chance to watch SummerSlam this weekend, man. You planted the seed. Now, I will say, it was just perfect timing when I flipped on. Like, the first match I saw, which ended up, I didn't realize the opening in SummerSlam was Ito Sky and Liv Morgan.
Yeah, on night one.
Yeah.
I actually didn't even get to see that because I missed the first one.
Like, it was funny because, like, I was explaining to my wife. I was like, listen, I hadn't watched wrestling in a long time, and, you know, like, just see what's going on. That was the first match, and she kind of took a step back and was like, whoa, like, oh. Like, these are the women that are wrestling now, because she actually grew up watching wrestling back in the day, and in her mind, she still had the divas of old of like, oh, they're just there being pretty. And then she saw some athleticism. I was like, no, like they really like
They
that.
get after it now.
Yeah, and she was like, who's the blonde haired chick? I was like, that's Liv Morgan. She's like, why are you like? No, I was like, hey, you know, like I've seen it a few times, and I was like, it's starting to bleed over into like the real world. I see her on Twitter and stuff. She's like, Let me look.
Voice cracks.
Yeah, she's like,
Who's
you following
that?
on
That's
Instagram?
Liv Morgan.
Yeah, she's like, you follow on Instagram? I was like, you know, like, you know, I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things. And like, she's the most popular wrestler nowadays. But yeah, like we had a fun time watching that. And
that turns out to be my wife's favorite, Liv Morgan.
man,
After watching her on Unreal,
yeah,
she's former Hooters waitress.
yeah. I was telling my wife that.
Yeah.
And she was like, so how do you know all this if you just got back into wrestling? I'm like, you know, just kind of, you know, just a couple Google searches here and there. But she was like, wow, like the women are pretty athletic. I was like, yeah, like they've really turned the tide now. Like it's like women can actually compete in this thing.
Yeah, they can.
But I saw that, and I saw Gunther versus who's Nick Aldis or
Nick Aldis.
Yeah. I kind of like, okay. Like,
Well,
this is
it was
kinda way down.
Nick Aldis. I think he was used to wrestle in TNA, and he's like the SmackDown general manager now.
So
And
that's why Sunday he was calling all the shots.
Yeah,
for
well, he was supposed to retire, resign if he lost to Gunther.
Okay.
And so he did. And then after that show on night one, he goes up to Triple H, gives him his resignation, and Triple H tears it up and tells him he's
Okay, so I missed that.
rehired. And
Okay.
it's, it was kind of dumb. But
Okay. Yeah. But I only saw those. I saw a little bit of Obafemi and Brock Lesnar, but I was kind of like tuning out a little
that
bit.
was the disappointment of the century,
Yeah.
that match.
Yeah, and I missed out, like, you know, Brock Lesnar tearing the ring up and then tombstone him. I was like, where? I didn't know he had that in his repertoire. Like, where'd this come from?
Well, that was kind of a throwback to remember when he beat Undertaker's WrestleMania streak.
Right, yeah.
That was a throwback to that.
Okay, so like passing the torch.
Yeah.
So is he officially done now? Is he,
I think so.
Okay,
He
okay.
didn't say it, but at the end, he came back in the ring, got the mic. He said, he pointed at himself. He said, "This is the past, and this is the future."
Okay.
He went in there and hugged Oba and all this stuff. And
Yeah,
it
that
was,
was cool.
you know.
Also, I did see a little bit of Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. Surprised to see Randy Orton get back in there for some reason that I missed. Like, is Randy Orton part of the storyline?
No, he's been, well, he was kind of involved months and months ago.
Okay.
Actually, no, he was He was at WrestleMania. I think he fought Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania.
Okay.
And Cody Rhodes beat him. That's what it was.
Yeah. So,
But he hasn't been back since then.
Oh, so that was his first appearance back.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's kind of odd.
What I thought was cool about that was he gets in there, RKO's Cody, and then looks straight at the camera, winks, and then just leaves.
back out. Yeah, that was pretty fun. CM Punk gets that win. But day 2, that was impressive.
Day 2, day 1
impressive.
was such a disappointment
Yeah.
across the board. And then day 2, from the very first match, this is what because I talked about it for a segment or 2 last hour. Just hands down, exactly what I'm looking for on those shows.
Yeah, and then again, the first match I happened to flip onto was the ladder match, and trying to explain to my wife like who these people are, and she's like, "How do you know all these women wrestlers?" And again, if you just got back into it, I was like, "Well," like I told her, I was like, "It's starting to bleed in." Like I see these,
Andrew told me about it.
I was telling her about Jade Cargill. I was like, she's married to one of my favorite players of all time, Brandon Phillips. She's like,
Sure.
And she was like, "So who's this Chelsea Green girl?" I was like, "I honestly have no idea who she is."
Yeah.
I was like, "Tiffany." She was like, "Tiffany Stratton." I was like, "I just found out about her a couple days ago. Like, obviously, she's pretty good. She's a champion in something." And then Charlotte Flair, she was like, "Is that Ric Flair's daughter?" I said, "Absolutely, yeah." Like, so we got that. I thought it was a good ladder match, but it went by quick. Like, I didn't.
Yeah.
I felt there was more. They could have been extended a little bit longer. But Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns.
That was peak storytelling.
That was awesome.
With the Shield.
Yeah.
And the hat tips to Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, man. I thought he was going to pop out for a second.
That's what me and Peyton were doing. We're like, dude, if you want to blow the roof off this place,
dope.
Bring Dean Ambrose out.
That was dope, man. And Kevin Owens, man. So I had been away from wrestling for a while. Like, Kevin Owens is still kind of like, he's looked at as like, man, when he's on there, like he brings a show. Like, he's entertaining.
Yes.
He's genuinely entertaining.
Because he's a big guy, but he'll get on the top rope and do some crazy stuff.
Like he's
good on the mic.
Yeah, he is, man. But I came away like, okay, if I had never watched another pay-per-view, like I got my fix with SummerSlam this weekend. Now day 2 kind of elevated it of like, okay, yeah, day 1 was kind of a okay, like it was fun to get back into the swing of things.
Dude, we were so mad.
But day
we
2 was
the whole
jumping.
time.
Day 2 was jumping.
Yeah, with the Kevin Owens thing too was what was cool about that is so as they added, it was supposed to just be Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor, and the deal with Sami Zayn is he won the championship when they were in Saudi Arabia, had it for 9 days, and then CM Punk came in and beat him for it, and so he's. He wears this shirt that says "Justice for Sammy." Like
I noticed that. Like,
his gimmick is that the system is constantly screwing him. So he's finally got a match at SummerSlam, and if he wins, he's the #1 contender for the belt. And so he's like, okay, here's my chance to get back in there. And so he's out there getting ready for the match. Nick Aldis comes out, and he's like, oh, by the way, I'm adding somebody else to the match. It's Gunther, who Nick Aldis fought the night before. He comes out, and he's like, oh, yeah, by the way, there's another one.
Yeah.
So as Sami Zayn sitting here, he's like, dude, here I am getting screwed again.
I can't win for losing.
But the fourth one that comes out is Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are like best friends.
Yeah.
So it's watching his reaction to this, he's pissed off because he's getting screwed, but also his best friend's back.
Yeah, like, it was wild.
Yeah.
I didn't know all of that, so I was just like, whoa, like, okay, that must have taken everybody by surprise.
Because once the fighting was going on, and then it was just those two in the ring, they embraced and hugged each other, and then immediately started hitting each other.
Gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
But overall, man, I thought it was fun, man. I had a good time.
It was just good storytelling in all the matches.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it was like I said, the timing was perfect because every time I flipped on, the women were wrestling. I'm trying to explain to my wife, like, listen, I had no idea this was about to happen. I thought we probably missed it, but she was like, you know a lot about these women, and you just got back into it. I was like, well,
you should get her into it. That's what I did with my wife.
Yeah,
She
and that's what I
watches all
told
the
her.
time
I told her, I was like, yo, like, you get off on Monday, like, flipping on Netflix and watch Raw. Like, you get back into the swing of things. Because she was talking about Stacy Keibler. She was talking about Tori Wilson and all those older ones. I was like, okay, so you remember what wrestling was back then. But I was like, no, these women, they're athletes now. And I just looked at she brought up the bra and panty matches, and I was just like, nah, they don't do that no more.
Nah.
We got First Blood. We got ladder matches with women now. Like, hey, they're headlining.
They may be wrestling in bra and panties, but there's no bra and panties match.
Yeah. That's what I told her. And she was really taken aback of just how quickly I was just like, yeah, that's Liv Morgan. Like,
yeah.
Like, she's pretty good. She's pretty good.
That's funny.
But I had a great time though, man. I had a great weekend. It was relaxing. Had a good time. And
Did y'all do
so-
anything else over the weekend?
yeah, we went to Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to get out the house and play around. Because I mean, we're both competitive, so
Yeah.
it, she's again, like she's military, but she's an athlete at heart, and I'm kind of just knocking the rust off of like, hey man, don't get it twisted. Like, do not get it twisted. But we, we have a healthy competitive balance.
Yeah.
But it's fun, man. I had a great time.
Well, that's good. Yeah, we did the same thing, and I've already recapped all this in the first hour.
Hey,
but
my fault. I'm sorry I'm late.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
We went to a play Friday night, Edgar Allan Poe type
Okay.
play type musical over at the Carver Theater.
You had a good time?
It was tickets I got it for a birthday last week, and yeah, it was cool. I mean, it's not really my style.
Yeah.
But for each of the 4 acts, they bring you out a themed cocktail.
Okay.
And so,
Okay.
I can watch, paint dry. If
Yeah.
You're going to just bring me cocktail. And they bring it to your seat. Like,
Oh, that's even better.
you
Oh,
don't even
got
have to go to the
royalty
bar
treatment.
and get it. Yeah.
Man, that's awesome.
It's included in the ticket. So.
Have you ever we watched a movie yesterday. What was the name of it? The Greatest Showman.
Who's in it?
Hugh Jackman. It's about the circus guy Barnum. It's like a musical.
Barnum and Bailey.
Yeah, it's
You
like the
seen that
beginning-
bird?
No, is it called The Greatest Showman?
Yeah,
I heard with Hugh.
Jackman.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman.
we just
Was it-
repeating everything we just said.
Yeah,
Was
he
it
didn't have his
good?
headphones on.
it was okay. Like I could deal without some of the interruption on the musical side of it because I thought it was an interesting story. But like she thought like she was kind of looking at me sideways of you've never even heard of this. I was like, absolutely not. Zac Efron's in it, Zendaya,
Yep.
Hugh Jackman.
Welcome to
Um,
marriage.
Yeah, like I was like, okay, like it's pretty good, but I could deal without some of the music because the story was actually pretty interesting because he kind of came from nothing and worked his way up to the top, kind of lost himself up there once he made it, and like people were just against the circus, man. Like when it first started out, like they ended up burning the circus down. Now if you look back, 100 some odd years later, it's like, you made a killing off this big dog.
Yeah.
You pretty good, but I mean overall it's okay. But I kind of took a step back and told her like I probably won't watch this movie again, but it was fun while it lasted.
It's amazing how there are certain industries that just continue to thrive all these years later, like a circus
Yeah.
or a fair, like a county fair or wrestling or movies that have just been around, 100 or hundreds of years, and people still go to them.
Right. And back then it was kind of like we're not trying to see the bearded lady or the world shortest general. And
Yeah,
all
you
that
can go to Walmart and see that. You gotta go to a freaking circus. You can go see that for free, Cole.
That is a great point.
Go to Dollar General for that.
And I was just kind of like, okay, well, it's pretty. I probably won't watch it again, but it's okay. It's entertaining. For some, again, just passing time. Like we ain't got nothing to do, so cool. Like I told her, I love you, so I'll watch it. But
Yeah.
if I ever saw it again, I probably just find something else.
Oh yeah, that's kind of us. I went down this rabbit hole the other day and watched the. You don't remember Andy Kaufman from back in the what was that era? Was that the 80s?
No,
70s?
it was the 70s.
70s.
Mid to late 70s.
He was kind of an improv actor type of guy, almost a Jim Carrey-ish
Okay.
type of guy back then, and
It's crazy.
he was a guy that just blurred the lines of reality, and you didn't know if he was a character or if that was really him. And so Jim Carrey, he also played in a TV show called Taxi. He was one of the main characters on Taxi. They did a movie about his life, and Jim Carrey played the role. Well, Jim Carrey did the role so well that he decided to immerse himself in that character and become Andy Kaufman for the entirety of the production, not just as the cameras were rolling, but backstage, in the trailers, just across the board. And it drove the staff and the production crew and the directors absolutely insane.
Really?
Yes, it was like over the top to where you're like, this is completely unprofessional. And it's so much so that they made an entire documentary about him making the movie. Like the documentary is called Jim and Andy, and then the movie's called Man on the Moon.
Okay.
So it's like you got 2 movies out of one, and it was just, I mean, it was wild. There was and I bring this up because I was watching a wrestling thing where Jerry Lawler was talking about a stint where Andy Kaufman was in the was it Smoky Mountain Wrestling or whatever Memphis wrestling territory back then. They had him come in and do some spots. His thing was he would only wrestle women, Andy Kaufman, and he was undefeated, and he was the intersex champion or whatever, and it would make the crowd mad, yada yada. So Jerry Lawler gets in a feud with him, and he's like, I'm going to beat you. And Andy Kaufman's like taunting Jerry Lawler all this whole time. They end up on Dave Letterman's show at one point, and Jerry Lawler slaps, Andy Kaufman across the face. And it every bit of it seems so real because back then everybody thought wrestling was real.
Right.
And so Andy Kaufman was the perfect guy to insert himself into wrestling. He was already a wrestling fan, because he played a character so well. And so they were talking about all the different things that happened and everything else. And even to the point that after he died at a young age, like 34. He ended up with cancer. And they said when they were doing the books after he died, they were trying to square all the money up. And they found out that Andy Kaufman never even cashed any of the checks that they wrote him for doing the wrestling stuff.
Wow.
That he was just doing it because he loved it.
Loved it, yeah. Loved the game.
So anyway, that bleeds over to the Jim and Andy documentary, and Jerry Lawler is in that Man on the Moon movie as himself for that period of Andy's life. Well, because Jim Carrey is so immersed in the character, he is behind the scenes harassing Jerry Lawler
to the point
like it's part of the wrestling gimmick, and he pisses Jerry off to one point. Behind the scenes, Jerry assaults Jim Carrey because he won't stop, and he's getting on his nerves. And it's wild. You might want to go watch it.
Okay. You said Man on the Moon is the movie, and then Jim and Andy is the documentary?
Yeah.
Okay.
It may be worth watching Jim and Andy first.
Okay.
I
mean, that's the crazy thing about method acting. Like, you look at Heath Ledger when he was the Joker. Like, it took him to
kind of like that.
Yeah, it took him to a dark place. And it's like, bro, I mean, we understand you're great at your job, but man, you got to be able to separate it, man. But I think that's what makes it that's what makes you a great actor in some respects, because you're so immersed in it.
Yeah.
But it also can be, I mean, led Heath Ledger to darkness.
And they all end up dying.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Lane Kiffin said it the other day at SEC Media Days, we all die. Like, he ain't lying. Like, I mean, he's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong.
Because he brought up not Hugh Hefner. He brought up Hulk Hogan and his dad, and he was just like,
I could see Lane Kiffin bringing up Hugh Hefner before Hulk Hogan.
But he brought it up, and he was just like, those are the 2 guys I just thought were invincible, and then, like, to lose them within the span of 2 years, it just kind of made me realize, like, we are going to die. And it's like, how does this correlate to you taking the LSU job, McDowell? Like, where did this come from? But it's crazy, man. Like, look at us out here talking about wrestling, man.
I know. I'm repeating myself, but I do
but
that
I'm sorry.
every day.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Listen, I made an entire career out of repeating myself, so this is nothing new. What about, I guess while you're in here, we'll take it to the 30. I literally said we're going to take it to the 30, and he hits me with a break. It wasn't John Burt's fault, by the way. That's the computer does that.
It happens.
Football,
Yes,
college
sir.
football. Well, how about just football in general? Do we have football coming up this week?
We got the
preseason NFL.
Yeah, we got the Hall of Fame game coming up Thursday.
Yeah,
I mean, Arizona Cardinals taking on the Carolina Panthers, but nobody really cares because half the people ain't gonna be on the roster anyway. But it's live football.
Yeah,
we'll take it. I mean, I'll probably watch a half and be like, all right, cool.
What day is it on?
Thursday night.
Yeah, it may be worth checking out, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, just maybe one of those guys may make a spectacular play, and we talk about them for a week.
I mean, the thing is like if you're on the roster enough to, or practice squad or whatever, you got to be somewhat decent,
right?
So
like,
it's not like it's bad players out there,
right? And you might get a sideline interview with Bryce Young, which I mean, the Carolina Panthers just made the playoffs last year for the first time since Cam was there, so it's kind of all right. So what do you expect in 2026? And again, it's the first time we get some live, besides Canadian football. Like, it's the first time we get some live tackle football in the fall. And, it just kind of sets the mode. And then next week is all preseason. And then the final week of August, we get college football rolling. Camp opens up for Auburn on Wednesday. Alabama on Thursday. UAB opened up today. Sanford opened up last week. So, I mean, we're here now. I'm in football mode. Like, I'm
Yeah.
basically locked in until next January.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm dialed all the way in. I'm ready for it to be here, ready to get some action. And I mean, just hard to paint the picture of the season, man. I'm feeling good about my Titans. Cam Ward is the dude. It's just, can we keep him upright? Can we find some playmakers out there for him? I think defensively we're gonna be okay. Got a new head coach, new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator. I'm in that mode. Like, I'm very jittery. Like, I'm just ready for the season to finally get here, and then I know what my schedule looks like for the rest of the couple months, and let's lock in.
Yeah, there was. What about high school football? I mean, there's some. I don't know that you pay a lot of attention to it, but some people
Somewhat.
get really locked into high school football.
For sure. I'll go ahead and let you know. I don't think this is far fetched, and anybody who wants to ask me, I think Maplesville's about to run through 1A.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to be repeat champions until proven otherwise. We're about to hit back on our dynasty train. Like, we're yeah. Ain't nobody in 1A messing with Maplesville. Not even a question. Like, I mean that extremely humbly. But like, 1A is wrapped up in Maplesville. Like,
and there's no more 7A.
Right.
You
6A.
said 6A.
Yeah.
Who's the big dogs in 6A? Is it Thompson?
More than likely.
Yeah.
More than likely until they fall off. I think Clay Chalkville is still 6A, or they might have gone down to 5A. I don't know exactly what it is. But yeah, I think Thompson is pretty much primed and ready to get this thing rolling.
It's amazing to me how high school football has evolved. Like, I noticed in my kid's school, which is, by the way, a 3A unless they moved them down to a 2A. I think they're still 3A. They've got media days.
Yeah,
they're doing.
Yeah,
like high schools are doing media days.
The bigger schools usually have.
So now the smaller schools are doing it. Like with
like
all the other county schools.
Yeah, which I think it's. I mean,
it's fine, but
right.
It's caught me off guard.
Right, like it's because football is big, and they see like how important it is, and they want to get. I mean, everybody's got a phone, everybody's got a camera. All you gotta do is just find a place and set it up, and people will come out there and see it. Because again, as popular as football is, especially here in the state of Alabama, you kind of want to get the kids out there, get their first kind of look at, like the cameras are going to be on you anyway. So might as well get out there and meet some of the kids, kind of get that human aspect of it. But I think for asking a 16-year-old to come up with logical questions and answers, like, I think that's a little bit difficult. But again, you get a little bit of training, and then you see them as they progress in their future.
Yeah, I think that's a good question. Like, if you're going to do media days for high school kids, unless you're talking about the high-profile big schools where actual media outlets would be asking questions at a media days, maybe for these smaller schools, how about letting the student bodies be the media?
Yeah, and help everybody. Like,
just select maybe 10 or 15, 10 students that are maybe interested in media after they get out of school, and let them be the reporters.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Because believe it or not, when my first interview out of college was Bo Nix.
Oh, I think I remember you telling me that.
That was the first. I mean, set it up everything for myself, and the first person I talked to is Bo Nix. I'm like, now he's entering his third year in the NFL.
Yeah,
like, man, it's crazy. And then at that time, Truss was quarterback. Paul Tyson, Bear Bryant's great grandson, he's now the quarterbacks coach at Sanford.
Dang.
So it's crazy, man.
It's wild.
Small world.
Well, all right, buddy. I'm glad you enjoyed SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well,
big. I'm a fan of a couple more wrestlers than I was when I showed up.
All right, I appreciate you, Cole.
Absolutely.
Man, I know this is crazy, but this song gets me so fired up.
Mojo Nixon, man, he's the best.
And when he gets in the middle of this song, we can't play it because it's got some language, but he's like, he starts talking about, he's like, people out there, they want to ban books. They want to ban my records. They want to ban drugs and sex and everything. People making a lot of rules, want to make a lot of rules and regulations. But listen up, Mr. Rules and Regulations. I ain't going to obey yet.
That's Mojo.
He's like, I ain't going to do what you say. You can put me in jail. You can kill me. You can execute me. But you can't kill rock and roll, man. I tell you another damn thing. I ain't eating no more effing McDonald's either. I ain't gonna eat it no more.
It's like freeform thought.
I ain't gonna eat it because it don't taste good. You know what? McDonald's can kiss my butt. And then he goes into McDonald's can kiss my butt. It's a great big hairy butt. Got a dingleberry hanging on my butt. McDonald's kiss my ass.
He had a hit in the 80s called Elvis is Everywhere, and it's, man.
Was it good?
Oh, my gosh. He
I
goes
think I
off
probably
on one
heard
of those
it.
rants.
I gotta go back and listen to it. Yeah, he gets into this whole political speech. He's like, because this was back in the 90s. He's like, oh, yeah, vote for Clinton, Mojo. They're going to make everything nice and new and neat. He's like, one fool, just a bigger fool as the other fool. Ain't nothing changed. I originally heard that from a game that a computer game, back early in computer games, that me and my cousin used to play called Redneck Rampage. And it was almost a Doom-style game, but it was out in the sticks, and you were going around and you were shooting these, like, zombie-type rednecks and pigs and cows and stuff. You had a shotgun. You were just going around trying to survive.
Yeah, I used to like to play zombie baseball.
Zombie baseball?
Yeah, it's like this girl, and she would drop a ball out the window, and it would bounce, and there's like a guy with a baseball cap on, and he would hit it, and it would hit him in the head, and there were different ones. You could do a fireball and things like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it was really cool.
I feel like there used to be a zombie game, and it was like hockey. It was like NHL, but you were zombies. And I think maybe there was a basketball or a football one. One of the best ones was stuff like NFL Blitz and NBA Jam.
Mm-hmm.
Those were great games that were ultimately like really good arcade games as well. That's good. Donna says, y'all are killing me. I'm literally eating McDonald's right now. McDonald's can kiss my butt.
A big old hairy butt.
See if you can fast forward to it. It's about halfway through. Just remember, just after he says, I ain't gonna eat no more effing McDonald's either.
All right.
Once you get to that part, then you can start it from there. I think that's all the end of the language. I ain't gonna eat no more effing McDonald's either. I ain't gonna eat it no more because it don't taste good. It's so good. Mojo Nixon. If y'all need some new music for your playlist. Also, by the way, the Talk 99.5, the Line playlist is available on Spotify. If y'all ever want to just look at our playlist that we use, if you just search on Spotify, the Line 99.5, that's the name of the playlist. And that's where we pull all of our music from. It's my personal playlist for the radio show. And I'm always adding more to it. So if you save it, when I add more to it, you'll be able to access that as well. It's just good stuff. Good stuff. All right, 205-545-9950 while John Bird finds that part. I don't want to get off into anything else before he finds it. I do want to talk about the Pope, though. I got a couple Pope stories. I got one from last week I never talked about, but I got a new one this morning. So I said to myself, all right, I'm going to finally address the Pope. But before we do that, here's that part of Mojo Nixon's song. Listen.
I ain't going to eat it no more. I ain't going to eat it because it don't taste good. You know what? McDonald's can kiss my butt! McDonald's can kiss my butt. It's a great big hairy butt. Got a dingleberry hanging off my butt. McDonald's kiss my ass.
Keep it rolling.
You know, people say, Mojo, you're always complaining about everything. Why don't you vote? Oh, yeah. Vote for Clinton, Mojo. It's going to make everything nice and new and neat. We got one fool, just as big a fool as the other fool. Riding around on the subway, riding around in the bus. We riding around in a 1978, 1978 El Torino or some damn thing. Insurrection. I'm going to go to the hills of West Virginia, and I'm going to liberate some guns from a National Guard army. To disassociate yourself, the ties that bind. I want to break them ties. I want to bust them up. And the flames are shooting up high, and I happen to be the head of the Armed Insurrection, the Rebel Alliance, and I'm gonna sing our brand new national anthem that goes something like this. You can't kill me, I will not die, not now, not ever, no, never. A long, long time, my soul is on forever. Ow!
And that is exactly why that song gets me so fired up. There's something about it, man. That's good stuff.
Yeah, Mojo's the best.
It's good. It's good. Bubba Rumble says the key to doing a wrestling gimmick is sticking to the gimmick, like when JoJo Cruz met Gene Lasker. Bro, I went back and watched that again about a week ago, and that's maybe the most underrated video on Bubba's whole channel. Like, it is that good. And I need to see if Gary will send it to me and let us post it on on our channel if we give him credit.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh,
that
was so good.
That was a wild time.
Yeah, it's so good, dude. I mean, it was so good. It was so good. Anyway. All right, if you want to get in, 205-545-9950. 545-9950. Tom from Pass City. He said, have you seen the Idaho documentary? He's talking about the Clowenberger. What's the guy's name? Cohenberger?
Oh, that killed the four.
Yeah.
You're unalived them.
I can't remember his Cohenberger. McDonald's can kiss my butt. And
it
anyway,
looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think to watch it because I was kind of like, I've already know about it. You know, I've already watched the stuff play out.
Yeah, but there's probably a lot of stuff in there and make you go,
Yeah, I might go back and watch it. I've been watching a lot of stuff lately, trying to check it out. Oh, real quick on the sports side, should have brought this up when Damian was in here. The Minnesota Lynx, which is a WNBA team. There's this whole thing now that Sophie Cunningham has come out and said trans men or trans women don't need to be playing in women's sports, because most of the league is liberal, including owners and coaches and all this kind of stuff. They're all pushing back on it and making themselves look stupid. The coach for the Minnesota Lynx wore a shirt, I guess, at their recent game that says "Trans kids belong" when they were playing against Sophie Cunningham in the Indiana Fever. And it's like, yeah, I think all kids belong, but I don't think kids are trans. I think maybe there's kids out there that have parents that are confusing the hell out of them, but there's no trans kids. Also, the same people that are talking about how we got to protect trans kids are the same people telling us that there's no sort of gender reassignment surgery or hormones on a wide scale being pumped into children. Yet, trans kids. Protecting trans kids is a big thing. Like, it's got to be one or the other, right? Anyway, if the WNBA wants to ruin their own league, I say let them do it. You know, because if the NBA disappears, WNBA disappears tomorrow, you know whose life's going to be affected by that? Not me, not John Bird, not most of the people in this audience.
Nope, it'll just be sad.
We'll forget they existed
for
within
certain players.
4 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks. We won't even. Remind me again. What was the WNBA? So, let them kill their own league with trans stuff. It's crazy. Speaking of psycho liberals, over the top liberals, Pope Leo has met with radical pro-abortion rocker Patti Smith.
What?
That's right. Because nothing says Pope, the top of the food chain in the Catholic Church, like meeting with Patti Smith, who is very pro everything that the Catholic Church is against. Is that not weird? Did Catholics not find that bizarre?
I'm surprised they haven't split off.
Pope Leo met with Patti Smith in a meeting at a Vatican official described as a, quote, shared mission, even as Patti Smith makes it clear publicly that she's not even Catholic. Smith, who originally hails from Chicago, like the Pope, is a radical pro-abortion, pro-LGBT punk rock star who made her mark in the 1970s. Among the lyrics she became famous for is the opening line from the song Gloria from her 1975 debut album Horses, which states, quote, Jesus died for somebody's sins, but not mine. Yeah, the Pope really doing it out here, didn't he?
Yeah, Patti Smith. She's a real winner. She's the one that had hair under her arms, always wore wife beaters,
man.
and never, ever brushed her hair.
She looks like Willie Nelson. Like, maybe that's the thing. Maybe the Pope thought he was meeting Willie Nelson. Because, look at that.
Oh, man.
She looks just like Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
She's even got her hair braided like him. And the Pope's like, Willie, it's so nice to meet you. Oh, it's Patty. Yeah, Willie. Maybe that's what happened. Because I wouldn't be mad if the Pope met Willie Nelson. But Patti Smith seems like a... There was another story I saw last week. It was about a Rhode Island man whose birth was declared a Catholic miracle by Pope Leo. That individual is now wanted in a violent double shooting, which is another miracle that he hasn't been caught yet, or maybe he has. So the way it goes is the kid's name is Tyquan Johnson. He's 19 years old. Oh, he got caught last Wednesday at a residence in Newport News, Virginia, by the U.S. Marshals. He was wanted on charges of felony assault with a firearm and discharging a firearm in a compact area following a July 19th shooting at Newport's Park Home neighborhood. 2 men, ages 22 and 25, were found with non-life-threatening gunshot wounds to their lower extremities. Both were treated and released, blah, 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 blah. Investigators obtained a warrant for Johnson, picked him up, so on and so forth. This arrest warrant listing Johnson's name, January 14th, 2007, with the date of birth, and last known Virginia address, immediately raised eyebrows because those details matched the young man whose premature birth at the former Memorial Hospital in Pawtucket had been investigated for years and ultimately approved as a miracle by Pope Leo in June of 2025. So apparently he was a preemie, and the doctor said he wasn't going to make it, and then he made it. And the Catholic Church said, this is a miracle. We need to get the Pope to recognize this as a miracle. It said, born via C-section after the mother's complications. He showed no detectable heartbeat and no improvement after 65 minutes of resuscitation efforts. Doctors expected catastrophic neurological damage or death. the attending physician, a Spanish native, prayed for the intercession of 19th century Spanish priest Salvador Valera Pera. Moments later, the infant's heart restored without further medical intervention. And that probably is a miracle. I mean, the kid was dead for 65 minutes. They prayed over the kid and he came back to life. I believe that. But what's crazy is the Vatican reviewed the case extensively for years and years and years, and then they finally approved it, taking it to Pope Leo, and Pope Leo approved it just last year, just a year ago, and now he's out here shooting people. The Pope can't catch a break, man. Anyway, that's kind of a weird story, but I thought it was wild. Speaking of shootings, happened at an In-N-Out Burger in Idaho, I believe, over the weekend. Crazy story. I'll give that to you when we get back. 205-545-9950. The Line Talk 99.5. This is random. Well, I guess it ties back to what we were talking about the Spotify playlist that people can access. Just look up the Line 99.5 on Spotify. Tyler says, I got super drunk last night. Woke up in my computer chair with Spotify blasting through my surround sound. That's pretty wild for a Sunday night.
Yeah, because that thing will keep playing. There's no telling what played. You start out in one place, and before you know it, you're somewhere else.
That's right. Spotify just uses their AI to try to figure out what they think you'll like, and sometimes it doesn't work out. So the shooting in Twin Falls, Idaho, police identified the suspect, 24-year-old Chad Williams, who died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. What made this interesting and newsworthy is, one, it's a shooting at a fast food restaurant in the middle of the day, and you think about that, how scary that can be, and it could be anybody. I mean, we've all gone to fast food places, and to think that you could be caught in a crossfire just because you're trying to go get a burger is it's terrifying for most people. But again, what made this so notable is that there were two individuals. One was a citizen, and the other one was, I think, an off-duty sheriff or state trooper that pulled their firearms and basically got in a gunfight with the shooter and attempted to take him down, which they didn't. He ended up taking his own life, but that was a heroic action. According to the police chief in Twin Falls, he said, "We can confirm that there was an off-duty state trooper and a citizen who actively engaged the suspect by returning gunfire towards him. We want to take a moment to commend the actions of the off-duty officer and the citizen and their heroic action to stop the incident. We believe their actions helped drive the suspect away from the scene, preventing further casualties." In-N-Out president Lindsay Snyder confirmed in a statement that one of the lives lost was a female In-N-Out employee.
Oh, man.
And asked those mourning to turn to God. The killer, she noted, is a, quote, disgusting human who doesn't value the lives of others or his own. What people may not know is In-N-Out is a kind of a Christian-owned company. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're kind of like Chick-fil-A, which, by the way, if you want to talk about what's like the two most popular trendy-wise fast food restaurants out there, I think you got to look at both In-N-Out and Chick-fil-A.
Wow.
And they're both companies that stand on their Christian values. Is that a coincidence? I think not.
Okay, I'm going to stand on my Christian values, and I'm going to go to In-N-Out Burger today, and then for dinner I'm going to have Chick-fil-A.
Where are you going to go to get an In-N-Out burger?
They don't have them around here?
No.
Where's the nearest place?
Probably like California. I think it's a California store.
Well, maybe I'll order
I mean, it's in
it.
other states, but I just don't know where. I've never had it. I've never even seen one.
Then I'll go to Chick-fil-A twice.
Yeah, just do Chick-fil-A twice.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Cookout is Christian-owned, but my Lord, Cookout is absolutely amazing.